And so it comes to this. Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and at long last, we are about to finish the longest part of the entire game in Wizard101, on a budget of course, and Daphne is level 103, and we are on quest number 273 out of 277. And there's not much left to go, but the hardest has in fact been saved for last. There's quite a lot that stands between us and beating Morganthe at the very end of the world here in the Shadow Palace. So, with that being said, I have something very important that I need to do before I talk to Moros, and that, of course, is getting this pet all the way to Mega. For time immemorial, I have been trying to make a resist-based pet, because throughout this third season, and for some of the second as well, particularly Celestia and later Avalon, but resist is Ice's main forte, and resist and survivability, that's what we're all about. But up until now, they're like having a pet that gives me 17% extra global resist has always been something that I have sought after, just have never been able to get. It took me quite a while to actually get off the ground with making a resist pet. I was fortunate enough to have gotten a good damage pet towards the end of the second season, but this resist pet has been a thorn in my side for quite some time. So it's time that we go to the pet pavilion and train this pet up one last time. We will be taking it to Mega and hoping for spell defying, and once we have that, if we get it, we will have a pet that gives us, 18 damage and 17 resist. Pretty solid. There's still, some things that I could eventually socket. I don't know if I have Ice Boon. It does not look as though I do, but I could, well, no, I can't do that because it's Ultra, but I could, shoot, I mean, I could put in a fainting spell Onyx if I really wanted to, but you get the general idea. We are here to make this resist pet at long last. Hopefully we can get it. We are 20 XP away. Let's see. Bro. Well, I'll be totally real. This is not actually the end of the world, and this will actually help us in the Morganthe fight to come. I just really wish this could have been a resist, like 6% resist, because it is really and truly a pain in the neck to try and make resist pets like this. And I guess that means I'll be farming for a spell-defying jewel at some point, if I even want to continue with this pet, but yeah, I mean, Ice Ward, another pet that I was making got that, so kind of just is what it is there, but on the bright side, I have 72 resist to ice now, in case I ever needed that, which I think I will in the Morganthe fight, but you get the general idea. The resist that I have is still not bad, so, could have been worse. But for the time being, it is time that we head back to the Shadow Palace and talk to Moros, the Doom Tree, and finally get the ball rolling here. I did really want to fight because of what's going to be in there, though, so hopefully we will have an easy enough time.
I am Bear Hateful Moros, the Doom Tree. I am the force that drives you towards your ultimate fate. When the Shadow Queen's song is complete, I will stand at the center of all things and hold up the Shadow Web. Allow you to reach the Shadow Palace? That will not happen. Step into the Celestial Archway and duel me if you dare, foolish wizard.
So this is a quad boss, just so we're clear. Not really excited for it. The Myth boss loves stuns, the Balance boss loves Raw. We're in for it, team. That we are. So, I can actually get this 35 bubble now that my pet is up to Mega. This is going to be useful. This is going to be useful. I don't think I'm going to be using Feints because it's 4 bosses. But yeah, what we want to do here is get these on deck, and then probably 2 sharpens, maybe a sleet. I don't really know how much I'm going to need. I think a supercharge may really be, may really just be it. Obviously a couple enchants. Do I have any more empowers? I don't. That could pose a problem, but we ball. We ball. So, alright. This is going to be the play. Just blade up a ton, out-tank what they've got going, and really just see. I mean, this is probably the round 1 move that we want to make. So, let's try and pull that.
Face me, little wizard. Face the roots of impending fate. Face doom.
Scratch your face, whip your hair, break your nails, tear your skin, crack your bones, shred your hope.
That was a lot. But anyway. Do I have any cleanse charms? I don't. That's tough. Oh, you know what? I could go get some purges. That's something I could do. So that might be what I do. Hold up real quick. Alright, well, can't really get purge because I don't have the training points for it, but let us go ahead and try to win this fight. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buffs with the supercharge, which should be enough, I feel like. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do for, I mean, I could throw in like an imp if I really wanted to. Add in a 3rd colossal, because why not? Hopefully we just don't get weakness like that. That would sure be nice.
I feel you shaking and trembling. The loops of power slipping from your branches and threatening to come undone. What is What? You? How? Oh! You are the proverbial cat with 9 lives. The bad penny. The albatross around my neck. I suppose I should be surprised, but little surprises me anymore. Where is Merrill and his ridiculous council? Afraid of the dark? Are you all alone now, little wizard?
Well, who needs help anyway? That's overrated. It was kind of dicey towards the end there, because, like, absolutely, like, the myth having 6 pips was a little iffy, but what can I say? What can I say? So, with that, yeah, that's gonna, I guess, wrap up the first part of this. I'm definitely gonna have to do a stream after where I farm, like, Lorcan and the tree roots, because as y'all saw, I got these armaments of embers, which means I have 1 out of 9 armaments for, you know, crafting the wand that I want, and that wand...
Well now, the celestial bridge spans the abyss surrounding the Shadow Palace. You may cross to find your own particular doom.
Well, I'll do that in a moment, but for the time being, before I was so rudely interrupted, let me see, how many pollen modes do I have? T1. And I need 30 of them, so this should really be fun. But yeah, I am going to do a stream, and I'll be back on video for the second part of this episode shortly. Although, actually, there's one more thing that I wanted to do before we do this, and it has something to do with that little red orb that I collected a moment ago after the fight.
Did you come across the chrysalis obelisks? And what did you learn? The obelisk orbs do not give up their secrets easily. You will need to give them closer scrutiny. Take the orbs to Ezekiel the Lucent in the city of Sardonyx. He will show you how to read the patterns in the orbs.
Shades of Shadow. So this is an interesting lore quest that, like, it's always intrigued me, and I don't think I've ever actually fully done it on any of my wizards. So to do it for, like, as a first on Daphne it's a W. That is a W for sure. So we are going to talk to Ezekiel the Lucent, and I'm going to show y'all a little something. Something a little cool. And a really cool bit of lore about Chrysalis. Although, I kind of wish that there wasn't, like, the last orb wasn't in the Shadow Palace, because you're about to see why.
Zaltana the Mirror Mask sent you to find the lost orbs of the Chrysalis obelisks? That is an impossible task. Take the orbs into the inner Sardis chamber and restore the Chrysalis obelisks.
The Sardis chamber, here we are. Seriously, such a cool room.
Almost as soon as you enter the room, the orbs hum and crackle with energy and a sense of purpose. They fit smoothly into the Chrysalis obelisks and lie ready and waiting to tell you their story.
Let us use the obelisk control.
Sky and land once danced as one round the tree of magic's shade. 1,000 raven and spider played across sky and battled throughout the land. Spider fell into the deepest hole, locked away by Raven's hand. Spider roared and thrashed against the heavens, and finally fell into a sleep. His dreams made twisting shadow things, sowing chaos to one day reap. The candle flickers across the night. A child sailing the shadow sea. The spiral bends and twists and whirls, bringing the chosen back to me. The mirror will break, the horn will call. From the shadows I strike, and the skies will fall. The shadow web hums and stretches beyond the stars, touching all the spiral with spiders' welcoming arms.
A little heavy, those who know, right? But I thought that quest was beautifully done.
You heard the words of the Grand Prophecy? And what did they mean to you? We must always try to serve life and light, while the Shadow Queen always seems to want to destroy them.
So that's another training point, which is kind of neat, but we're not here for that. I'm going to do my little stream, and then we will pick back up with the galleries. And so we've returned. Don't know who that is to my left at all whatsoever. Definitely not here for, cantrip support in case I need it to, technically make it a solo, or like a kind of solo, but, yeah, jokes aside, I do have my ice here with 270 energy, because there is a chance that I might need, like, one extra buff to kill. You know how it goes. So, I mean, yeah, it's like, there are situations where I might, like, no matter how you cut it, I will die before I get all my buffs up. So, getting, like, 1 or 2 extra turns, that's not so bad. So, that's the only reason why my ice is here, my main ice. There is a chance that I don't use them at all, but for the time being, this is going to be our play. I need to go ahead and get some extra HP real fast. That actually gives me quite a bit more health, and pip chance, but not health actually, just pip chance. But there's strats that I can do here. I don't lose. Well, actually, I do. I lose 10 damage, I think it is. But I gain a lot of resist to life, which is going to be very important for what we're about to do with the boss Cravenly the Hunter, who hits you every turn with a dot. So basically, all I'm trying to do here is survive. You know how it goes. So with that being said, let me go ahead and get my health back up just really quick, and then I will switch realms, and then it will be go time. It will be time to take on the galleries all by myself, and this is going to be a challenge, but it's really all just going to boil down to getting all the buffs up and surviving. And most of the issue is going to come from this first fight against Cravenly the Hunter and Ghost Dog, and yeah, that's going to be the big problem. The other 2 fights I'm reasonably sure I can do just fine without having to craft a ring, so it should be fine. But for now, let's talk to Cobb.
You were visited by Morganthe's shadow in the other plane. It is to be expected. But this is the end. There is nowhere for her to run. Can you hear the Lords of Night singing for Morganthe? I fear she has nearly mastered their song. It is up to you to free them. I cannot walk with you in this place, for Morganthe could steal what little of my strength remains. She nears the end of her ritual. If you release her captives, it may anger her enough that she cannot complete it.
So that is what we are going to do. Best case scenario, Blake Gold is here for moral support only. So that's what we're going to be doing. Here we go.
The Shadow Queen has elevated me to your level, wizard. It is time for a rematch of the most dangerous game.
When one has made a decision to kill a person, it will not do to think about doing it in a long, roundabout way. The way of the samurai is one of immediacy, and it is best to dash in headlong.
So, dash in headlong we must. Make sure I have all my buffs. and it's time.
You are a true beast at bay. May the hounds of Zadolf take me!
It is said that what is called the spirit of an age is something to which one cannot return. This spirit gradually dissipates due to the world's coming to an end. Thus, it is important to make the best out of every generation.
Magician, free us from these shadow chains!
I just know that this is about to be the real MVP of the rest of this playthrough, because this card is so good, and I love that I have it. It's gonna be so good going forward. So, wow.
The Shadow Queen has forced us to serve in her celestial choir. She compels us to sing in order to learn this song of creation. By freeing us, you may slow her down, find and free our brothers and sisters. But even doing so will not be enough. If you fail to stop the Shadow Queen, then all of this will have been for naught.
And all I needed was one donate power, and we were fine.
Wizard, I was raised in the wilds of Avalon, and battle-tested in the arenas of Dragonspire. Santa Muerte was stolen as a chick from Zafaria, and raised on a diet of death and fire in Azteca. On our own, we have destroyed armies and enslaved cities.
I kicked both
You
of
may
your
have beaten us once,
Yeah.
but now our strength is combined. This is the reckoning!
Yeah, for you.
You fear me?
No.
You should.
Huh?
Would you like to know how this will end? I have seen the breaking of the sky.
Yeah, I was there, and it was your fault.
The Shadow Queen will scratch out the sun and scratch out the earth. She will scratch you out and end the spiral.
Ending the spiral is a little interesting. I never knew that was what she was out to do, but what can I say? Morganthe's a menace. And I don't know if the shield cheat is going to happen here, but if it does... You know what? No, I'm fishing for first. Screw that.
Defeated again? I cannot believe it!
I can.
Now the Wizard of Light, armed with the Sword of Kings, breaks down the mighty bear and goes forth to battle Shadow.
Shadow Queen, I am no more, and I have nothing left to give.
Magician, we have seen you fight through death and fire and storm, and still stand triumphant.
Okay, El Toro, tell me about it.
The Shadow Queen has taken from us our home, our honor, and our song. Focus your will into a tight beam of light, and break through her shields and wards to stop her ritual. If she wins, the Song of Creation will become a lament of suffering that resonates through every last being in the spiral.
One more.
You have crawled far on your two stumpy legs, Shadow Blight. Where is your guardian now? It is fitting that your last vision will be the glory of the Shadow Queen, seen with your pitifully few eyes.
You have no idea how thrilled I am that you made it this far. It is perfect, no, that the blades of light and shadow will clash here. Our battle will be accompanied by the Song of Creation. The death of the spiral and the birth of the shadow web immortalizes us.
Alright, I'll probably keep the Shrike. Everything else seems alright. I have 215 A's off. I forgot I have that tab now. Well, anyway. Let us begin the final fight before Morganthe. And not go second, because screw that.
You are mocked by the raven and the spider. Such a thing cannot be.
I did not foresee this outcome. You have my grudging respect, wizard. Tell Diego he trained you well.
Magician, is it you?
So, I got a robe drop just now. Is this the armor? I'm gonna check on this. Frozen in Time armor. Wizard101 Frozen in Time armor. Because I know that there's like two, okay, yeah, this drops from the world pack. So this is the robe. This is the robe. So I give up a little bit of res, and actually accuracy, 2%, and quite a bit of health, and a lot of pip chance. But I gain 5% damage, and what's better than that? Truly. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Nah, I'm probably going to have to stick to this until I've got my setup all figured out, but I guess that means I've got one less thing to farm for, following this episode. Mouse Stompers of Ingenuity. Are those the good ones? Mouse Stompers of Ingenuity. I don't know. It doesn't say it comes from the Chrysalis World Pack, so maybe not. But overall, pretty good drop.
You have freed us from the malevolent Shadow Web, but the Shadow Queen has learned all she needs to know from us. You have but this chance to stop her before she fully makes the Song of Creation her own. Know that the Lords of Night are with you in spirit.
And that means it is just down to Morganthe herself. And with that in mind, I am going to cut again, do another farming stream, so that way I can get everything sorted out before I fight Morganthe, and then we will finish this episode and this season. So, get ready for that, team. And so, it all comes down to this. The entire series, up to this point, has been building up. Really just the last 2 seasons, but don't worry about it. And we are about to take on Morganthe, the main arc villain of the second arc. It's going to be very interesting. I did a farming stream and really did not get much at all. I do have this Mantis Hat of Cold Truth, which is the tier 2 version of the Ice Hat, but I don't know. I've opted to go for a setup with a little bit more resist, given that we're going against a quad boss in a moment here. So, as much as I like the extra damage that we get on some of these, I think I will be doing another farming stream another time. So that's going to be the plan for that. Won't be able to craft much of anything for a while, but for the time being, this is going to be the gear setup that I rock going into this fight. So I've got about 7,200 health. I thought about crafting another ring, like one of these, but I decided to not do that for the time being, mostly because I don't have enough blood moss to do the storm ring, which is the one that I did want to do if I was going to do one, and the bazaar is currently chalked beyond belief. So that's yeah, we're working through it, but we're gonna go with the Alpha and Omega ring for the time being. I do have some extra resist to one of the bosses here. I've got Ice Ward for the Ice Morganthe, so this is going to be helpful in that regard. I've got, I did finally get a jewel for this, which is nice. So I've got about 72 res to Ice, and then 58 to Storm and Death, and then the last one is Balance, which I have 55 resist to. So we have that going for us, and I would have liked to have gotten my hands on some Purge TCs, but no dice there. Just going to kind of hope that I don't get rod too much. I have these 2 empowers just in case of that, but best case, right? Best case. So for the time being, let's go ahead and talk to Cobb.
The Lords of Night are free, Wizard, though I'm afraid Morganthe will not be so easy as her petty warlords. You, Wizard, are both the Child of Light and the Child of Shadow. Morganthe may have more raw power than you, but you have hope. You have overcome every obstacle and beaten every foe she has put in your path. Now is the time to show her that her vision is flawed. Take all that you have learned, now and before, and use that. Strike where she is weakest, and turn her strengths aside. Enter the throne room of the Shadow Palace and end her song.
You got it, Cobb. That you do. Alright, so... final fight of the second arc. It's crazy that we've gotten this far on a budget.
I have long dreamed this. I may not have the pleasure of killing Ambrose with my own hand, but sending him your head may be sweeter still. I forget myself. A queen should not act so basely. Such a threat is beneath me, especially now on the eve of my victory. Mirror Lake broke, then Huracan the Horned One called to Xibalba, and then I brought down the sky. And you failed, and failed, and failed. But really, in the face of prophecy, what choice did you have? You dabble in shadow, but you have no idea what it truly means. Shadow forms reality, and reality bends to my whim. Face me in all my forms, and despair! Your blood shall water the foundation of my new universe. The Shadow Web!
Well, we will see about that. Quad boss fight, and they all have like 20k, so I'm really needing this to pull through. This has been the MVP, as y'all know, especially in the galleries, so this is dangerous to use, but yeah, we are going to see. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me get an extra sharpen in there before I forget. 5, 6, and then a Supercharge for a buff, and then Balefrost if I want to use it. So if I need to strike up, I can, but for right now, let us engage for the final time this season.
just need more power to destroy you, villain. I draw down the Song of Creation and the Shadow Web! Yes, its vibrant power courses through my veins like liquid fire! I will obliterate your living memory! No, wait, it's too much! The shadow burns cold! The song is too loud! I cannot hold it all! I cannot... No!
Damn. Well, I have to say, I was kind of not really expecting that fight to only take one try. Like, if we're being real, I could have just sat there with a max resist setup and just waited for them to Dark Nova themselves to death. I think that would have been very fun, and it would have made for excellent content. But, nah, this was more fun. What can I say?
The sky falls, taking her with it. Her song comes to an end, and all that is left is silence.
Level 104. Pretty solid. Oh, man.
Morganthe is gone. This is what happens when you are not strong enough to control the power and allow it to instead consume you. You have absorbed a great deal of Morganthe's stolen power. Too much, in fact. Should you not shed it, it would consume you. Luckily, the answer is simple. Give it back to the land. Go to Zartekazangzion and restore the Zealous Colossus. Then return to Bastion and revitalize the Rubicon Colossus. I will watch for you there.
That is the end of Arc 2. I gotta run back and get my reagents one last time, but wow. That is the longest stretch of the game complete. We're in the home stretch, team. Seasons 4 and 5 are gonna come and go, like, quick, so... wow, I mean... what a story arc. Gotta love it. Really gotta love it. I know Chrysalis gets a lot of hate because it's like really absurdly long, but every second I spend here I think is worth it. I think it's great that like the story gets real fleshed out and like we get to actually we get to save the world from the main arc villain. It's hard to beat that, seriously. As is my tradition, though, I'm going to walk all the way back through the world, as far as I can, of course, which is the Radiant Alcazar. But, yeah, just going to take a trip back through. And that is where we'll cap it off for this season, this story arc. It's been a long time coming. There were a total of 45 episodes throughout these two story arcs, or throughout this one story arc, rather. So, I mean, that just goes to show just how long this arc takes. But it is so rewarding to finish it. It is so rewarding.
As soon as you focus on the Zealous Colossus, you feel a surge of power from your heart go into it. There's a deep rumble of repeating thunder, the pulse of the land, that echoes through your being.
We heard the storm of your battle with the Shadow Queen, Spellbinder. What a sign of victory.
Truly, truly amazing. You have restored the land and inspired us to reach across the sea and treat with the burrowers. I can assure you that many, many hatchlings will now bear your name.
suppose it's back to Bastion. And then that will set up arc number 3 and the 4th season. I'm glad that I split this arc up into 2 seasons, because Azteca and Chrysalis are really that long, and in proportion to the other seasons, it would have been 45 episodes, as I said, so yep. How about it? And then I guess all that's left, take one last look at the Radiant Alcazar. Let's head back to the Silent Market and finish this up at long last. I want to thank each and every one of you that has been here this whole time. I mean, regardless of whether or not, or when rather, that you showed up. I appreciate you for being here and watching this series. It's definitely become a cornerstone of my channel, and I am excited to continue with the 4th season pretty soon here.
As with the Zealous Colossus, the Rubicund Colossus immediately springs to life upon your presence. A sense of warmth and peace fills every fiber of your being. You should tell Zoltana.
Spellbinder, I am most pleased to see your smooth face again. You have done what none thought truly possible. You have given us freedom and hope and mercy. Thank you.
Zoltana is too reserved. You are a hero to us all. The light is restored, the shadow driven out, and all our days will be joyous ones.
And now, all that is left is to head on up here and seek out.
You have restored light and life to the land. Well done. I am pleased I was able to see Chrysalis restored. The Arachna will suffer for a time, but they will get over it. And now it is time for us to see the spiral and all its glory. To see what we have missed for being locked away for so long. Fly free, my children. Marry and make war. Build fleeting empires and towers of cards and beautiful disasters. Fly through the spiral to Polaris, Empiria, and Mirage. To the hidden lands and the broken shores. Dear wizard, say goodbye to Chrysalis and hello to Merle Ambrose and Bartleby for me. It is time to write a new prophecy.
You guys think he was locked up for a reason? Well, anyway, that's gonna be it. So I guess we'll briefly talk to Ambrose. But dang. How about that team?
Wizard, it is so good to see you hale and hearty. I must tell you, we were all concerned for your safety. Now tell me what happened. Do not spare any details. Morganthe is gone. I understand there was no other way. We must learn all we can from her story, so future tragedies may be averted. Oh, this news of old Cobb is troubling. But we shall just have to wait and see what tomorrow brings. New adventures for us all. Yes?
And before the Polaris questline starts, I'm just going to back up. But there it is. We are the child of light and shadow. And I do think I'll go ahead and switch the badge. Well, Wow. Go ahead and, oh, I get a bunch of rematches for doing that. That's actually cool. I rock with that. Child of Light and Shadow. Very interesting. I don't know if I'll ever do these rematches on this character, but hey. I am totally fine with that. I'll go ahead and put those on my Red Barn farm. But with that all being said, I want to thank y'all for watching Season 3 of Wizard101 on a budget. I understand, Merle, but yeah.
Dear Wizard, I have some exciting news. You should come to my office at your earliest convenience.
But yeah, thank y'all all for watching Season 3 of Wiz on a Budget. It has been a long time coming. I am happy to have gotten it done at long last. And I would say there's really not much left in terms of episodes for the series overall. And I'm still going to finish the game. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop. It's just that these last 2 story arcs are significantly shorter. And man, it's going to be interesting. So, for now, thank y'all all so much for watching. I've been Ice Gold. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave like 104 comments for the algorithm. My Discord is down in the description if you want to chat with me some more. And I will see y'all later.